the elimination of that nuclear program would have done so much for the world at large, but especially the Western world. It would have freed Europe from worry. It would have freed America. It would have freed all of the Western democracies from this bullying terrorist government armed with nuclear weapons. It would have sent a message to other illiberal regimes: don't go nuclear because you'll lose it. And all we had to do was, we didn't have to participate. We didn't have to say anything. We could have remained silent. And then Israel would have probably, I hope it still does, take it out. It would be a very dangerous project. It would probably take a week of bombing, and it would probably either have to go over Arab hostile territory or circuitous routes over the ocean, but they can do it. They are trying to reestablish deterrence, partly because the United States has lost it in Afghanistan and with China, but they're trying to say, if you attack Israel, the disproportional response will be of such a magnitude you will regret it, and you will always regret it. And I think they showed that in Gaza. And yet they're not trying to rub their noses in it. They're not trying to say, we hate you, you're horrible people. They're just trying to say, we don't want this. We do not want this. But if you attack us, the disproportionate response will make you unable to continue. And we're going to do the same thing with Lebanon. We're going to do the same thing with the Houthis. And the center of all of the problems, John, as you know, if Iran had a consensual Republican Democratic government, we wouldn't be talking today about this. If you went back, if it didn't even have to have that. If it had a government analogous to Egypt or Jordan or Saudi Arabia, you wouldn't have this problem. You have a revolutionary fascist regime, theocratic in Iran, that's causing all of this problem. So ultimately, they're just tentacles on an octopus, and the head of the octopus is Tehran, and Israel knows that. And that's why it's very important that the United States, once Iran puts its head in the noose, to mix metaphors, they should really pull the rope and say, you know what? You attacked us with 182 ballistic missiles, all designed to kill thousands of Israelis, all at night. And we're going to reply in a way that you will regret you ever did that. And I think they can do it. But if we restrain them, and they go back to 3 missiles are going to go to Iran after 320 went to us, then you're going to get this again and again and again. If Israel, months ago, after suffering 320 projectiles in its airspace, had it not listened to the United States, and had it not just sent 3 missiles to take out their anti-aircraft, but let's say they had taken out Karg Island, I don't think they would be suffering 182 today. I think the Iranians would have been so angry, they would have said, oh my God, they took out our oil revenue. They have the ability to take out, and that would have stopped. Or they would have lost the public support, such as it is. So disproportionality, whether we like it or not, historically is what makes wars stop, for good or evil. And proportionality is a way what the Romans call a bellum interruptum. It's just a first, second, third Punic War, first Battle of Mantinea, second Battle of Mantinea, World War I, World War II, all of the atrocities that were suffered by Australians from Japan, as was Britain and the United States. We were incredibly tough and destroyed that country. And then we went right back in, the Allies did, and rebuilt it and created a good government. And they learned 2 lessons: that it's a good thing to be a Westerner, and if you cross a Westerner and you try to attack them again, bad things happen. And I think that's a lesson that Iran has to learn, that all good things can come if they want to be a westernized country with a humane government. It doesn't even have to be humane, John. It just has to be non-bellicose. And I don't think necessarily Egypt is a humane government, or Jordan, or any of them are, but they don't attack Israel with rockets at night. And they don't do it not because they've evolved so much, as that in the past when they did it, it didn't turn out well for them. And they understood that after three Mideast wars. But let's hope that Israel is allowed to restore deterrence for its homeland. If it does, I think Iran will it won't be immediate, but they will gradually see that they won't do that again.